Túlkavinnin nafni?
Yeah. Sorry, my name is Jónatan. I work for Iceland on the east coast of Iceland. And, there we grow salmon in the coldest sea. Salmon is grown in the world. That is quite a challenge. And for that we have to have big smolts to shorten the period in sea. But we have several advantages as well. We have no sea lice, where this conference has been all about until now. So we had no time to build this. My board put me on a meeting and asked me how long time are you going to take to build a farm like this, and I said 2 to 3 years. And they said to me, well, we have less than 1 year. So I had to start quick. But we had done some research on forehand, and we had bought Rifós, the old smolt farm in Hafnarberg, which is close to Kópasker, and this is as far away from Reykjavík as you can get. It's 600 kilometers. But the benefits of the area are the geothermy. It's high in the ground, so we don't have to drill as much to get up the hot water, and there's a lot of fresh water there as well. And there are many other things that you have to look into when you build a smolt farm. But the formula is to produce 4 million smolts, big ones. And this uses natural 12 to 14 degrees hot water. And we found that the area was tested. There was a farm there back in 1990, which was torn down. It's a short distance pumping to a wellboat, which is very important in survival for big smolts, of course. This is only 400 meters. Yeah, and all the benefits of big smolt, you don't have to talk so much about that, everybody knows. So, the salmon farming is just about the salmon farming. It's the usual stuff. The location is that we have sea farms in West Iceland, of course, and the East Fjords, and it's mainly in sea fjords as now in East Iceland. It's Þorlákshöfn and Berufjörður. We have Þorlákshöfn and Berufjörður here on the south part of the east. So the total smolt production in Iceland is too small as now compared to the licenses that are given out already. The statistics tell us that the overall capacity is only 50% of what is needed. If we add together all the smolt production in Iceland, it's a lot of total lack of smolt for the licenses already given out. The history is that the salmon farm started in Rifós back in year 71. There were Norwegian investors, Mowi investors. Thor Mowinger himself was here in Iceland, the most famous pioneer in Norwegian fish farming, and he was the investor in Rifós back in 71. Then we operated salmon in the lagoon and had a small farm on land which we use now, but we tore down and built a new one. Then we started 2012 in producing Arctic char in the lagoon. That went good for a while, but the market went down and it lost the profits, so we closed down Arctic char. So back in 2018 we bought the shares in Rifós and started planning with Kópasker. Yeah. Totally we employ 21 people right now. So So this is the famous Atlantic Ridge crossing Iceland. Yeah, it just shows the place European date and American date meeting, and we are on the beach as we are here in the Reykjanes area, so that's why I have the geothermal. Yeah, this is only the ridge. It doesn't come in the whole picture.
It's like a watermark.
Yeah.
You hardly see it.
So this is the team. This team has been very busy the last 12 months, and I bet we made it to build this farm in quite a short while. We put in our teachers on holiday that time. We produce high quality salmon. We are Whole Foods certified. We are European Organic certified. We are AquaGAP certified, which is sustainability certification. And we also produce triple-eyed salmon, which first group is to see. This is the location, Rifós. The first thing we did was to acquire bigger building licenses and run the plant through the state planning agency to just have enough building space to save time later on. It's just paid off, that's good. This is a big planning for Kópasker. We have a plan now for 4 big houses. One of them is finished. So we already built 8 1,000 cubic meter tanks, and we run it at 12-13 degrees seawater now, last night. So we were trying to find the hot water, which is the most valuable. We found an old bore log there to the left, and that shows when we have drilled down 50 meters, we get up 15 degrees hot seawater. But on top of the seawater lens is freshwater lens, which is a lot colder. And then we can mix water qualities as we want to get the acquired quality we want. This is the first borehole, salinity 35 ppt and temperature 14.4. We started constructing in March. When you constructing like we were doing experimental boreholes in March. We started building in April. This is actually the plan is the plant is 3 houses. It's start feeding nursery house, and it's a grow-on capacity in freshwater, and it's a Kópasker grow-on capacity in saltwater. So it's taking quite a short time, everything. Made basically everything built in 1 year. This is the grow-on facility in freshwater. We have built tanks outside. It's built over. That was the most difficult because we did it in a wrong sequence. We should have built the house first and then the tanks. We learned the hard way. And these are the 2 houses in Rifós, the freshwater facility. On the left is the hatchery nursery, and this is the grow-on facility. In total, 3,500 cubics. Then it's a Kópasker post-smolt station. This is October 2020. As you see, there's nothing. This is exactly 1 year ago. This is Kópasker September 2021. There we have built the 2,700 quadrat-meter house and 8 tanks inside of that. All possible equipment. This is a construction of the concrete tanks. They are made in Iceland and built in a hard black winter. This is all just a miracle how it could happen in this time of the year. at that place of the planet. So this is a house fully built. There we have the UV equipment, UV all water in. We built the house over it just to increase the biosecurity, less stress, and get a faster skin or less scale loss of the fish. And of course better control of everything. Here is we have a hot well in Rifós and Kópasker. It's 40 degrees water, and with heating the water they can run everything at 13 degrees in a freshwater fish. We bought start feeding tanks from Aqua Group. They work very well. Fantastic actually. The smart problem was bought all the best equipment available. Yes, we have our own oxygen production. Cost a lot of money. Here we have the gases. They work fantastic. We did an experiment and turned them off for 1 day. Then the CO2 went up to 19 ppm, milligrams per liter. Turned them on. And in half a day it was down to 4 milligrams. So the gear is working. This is one of the biggest heat converters in Iceland. On the right hand side you see a 100 kilogram male from Iceland. The heat exchanger weighs 10 tons. And we would treat the wastewater, take away the sludge. Here is a well boat. It took 2.5 hours to empty a tank into the boat. So in 14 months we can make 400 grams smolt, and 400 grams smolt is only 12 months in the ocean to grow to 6 kg. This is the team when we put on the water, let on the water for the first time. So thank you.
One question. My name is Jónatan Þórðarson. You have boreholes, but you feel the need to use UV. Nevertheless, is water contaminated, or is it not?
No. Yeah, this is a BKD area. We can have BKD in the borehole, so it's fine.
Impressive what you have done. I was just wondering about this triploid salmon.
Yeah.
So why did you choose to use triploid salmon?
Because it's an experimental group, but we have a triploid license because of there's a risk assessment for gene mixing between the wild populations and the growing stock in the sea. So in certain areas we're only allowed to use triplets, but it's more difficult than the other salmon in farming.
More questions? If not so, thank you.
Thank you.
So,